So as y'all know, Predestiny's Beauty is taking a tour of Harvard, but across the street they go to that bar for Cheers. They go to a bar for a TV show Cheers. They still got the big trolleys in Boston. This little park they got over here. We're checking out the scenery around the campus. So, uh-oh, hands, hands. Now throw it to Liam. That was a good try, though. Uh-oh. Nice little route. Uh-oh, hands. Nice little route. Nephew did. Uh-oh. A juke. That was a nice route, though. Nice little hangout spot, I guess. Come, chill, walk in the park. So basically, all day to day, y'all gonna understand. All day to day, because the world has weaved the narrative for 400 years of certain groups being having superiority and other groups having inferiority based off of skin color and heritage and subhuman and all of that. So what I do is, because so many of our people who come from where I come from have never had any connection ever with Ivy League. So our people just believe, our people have just settled into those fake made up myths. They're really caste. It's a caste system. Okay. All I'm doing is destroying the caste system. If y'all haven't caught on yet, let me just explain it straight up to you. All I do is destroy the caste system. The British, specifically the British, created a caste system all around the world. That's all white supremacy is. Okay. The British created a caste system. Okay. Royals, nobles, no, royals, the Church of England. They swapped the Church of England out for the Roman Catholic Church. France used to be the Catholic head. Before there was a Vatican, it was France, then the Catholic Church, then knights, no, the nobles, then the knights are the bullies. Okay. Before there was IRS, there was knights to tax the people. You know what I'm saying? Then you had the skilled laborers. These are castes. So there's a caste. When you say a caste system, I mean this structure is set in stone. When they call it a caste system, they saying when you're born into this group, this caste is set. Only the people of this group are in this group. The royals are the top caste, so called. Okay. So once France toppled, once the Catholic Church toppled, the Vatican in Italy has just been a masquerading as if they have power or authority. Or they move the wealth and the power and all of that to the British masquerade. All right. Queen of England is the masquerading royal caste. Then they have their Church of England. Then they have some nobles, the fake Nobel Peace Prize. Then you have the Knights of Malta. You know, Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu, all of the fake black people that y'all think of with y'all, they Knights of Malta, and they pledge their allegiance to the crown, and they taxing you like what knights do. They tax the people and make sure your caste pays tribute up to all of the caste above you. Then they got the skilled professionals, you know, Your doctors, your attorneys, they're a upper caste. In the United States, they call it a class. They try and make you think they ain't got the same joint going on that India got going on, that China got going on, that Russia got going on. Okay. And then they make the group under the skilled laborers, then it's the Commonwealth. It's the Commonwealth. It's the everyday. In the US, they would call that the minimum wage workers. You the minimum wage work, that's the Commonwealth. If you're not skilled, you common. And then under the Commonwealth, the caste. All right. The caste in the United States of America, called the untouchables, is African Americans, is Negro, is nigger, black. All of y'all groups, based off of the brand names that they hit y'all with, you the untouchables. The only difference between y'all and the caste system in India is the British only wanted the resources of India. So they put the caste system in place, and you got all Indian people over there. And they just extract the wealth from the Indian people. But because the Europeans want to live in the United States of America, that's why you have a black and white thing in the United States of America. That they don't want to live in Mexico. They don't want to live in South America, Central America. They don't want to live in China. The German people that put this fascist caste system in place all over the world, they want the land of the United States of America. So the United States of America is the only place where they have this thing where the caste system is based off of skin color, because they want to live here. And the people who lived here were people of color and not red-skinned people of color. Nubian Kushite people of color, my ancestors. So when they came to take the land and they wanted to move in and stay permanently, they had to make a caste system off of racism here that is not, you don't see it anywhere else. And the reason we're talking about it at Harvard is because they have some laws called miscegenation laws. If you want to track the history of what I'm talking about, miscegenation laws. See, these fools really came here after 1844, and they believed that they was an Aryan white race because they was dealing with people in Europe, and they was tinkering with birth and birth rates and all of that, and they was producing fair-skinned people. So they thought they was going to be able to come over here and produce the same thing. And when they was interbreeding in the United States of America with their slaves and all of that, the population was enlightening. They've never had a majority. They've never had a majority. I'm gonna say it again. The Europeans have never had a majority ever in the United States of America. Just look at the laws. 1717 in Virginia, they put laws in place, meritorious manumission, where they were paying people of color. They would pay you. You can move up in out of the untouchable caste if you sell out your people. They couldn't lighten the population, so they like, yo, we're gonna have to broker deals with people of color because our Darwin's theory of evolution. But they never gonna come out in public and say, yo, we not superior. We know we're not superior. We was wrong. Our science is off. They never gonna admit that. Come on, Liam. Come on. You all right? You all right? We playing football. Ain't no crying in football, baby. All right. Come on, you gonna be all right. Is it blood? Huh? Let me see. Let me make sure it's not bleeding. No, it's no blood. Let me see. Hey. We push in football. Come on, get up, get up, get up. We tackle in football. You about to have to tackle.
Man, come on, bro. You play tackle football.
That's the youngest getting his first taste of tackle football. You know how it go. Well, maybe y'all don't know. But anyway, so meritorious manumission. This is 1700s before they even had Darwin's theory of evolution. Darwin's theory of evolution didn't come to 1844. So they already know they not superior in 1717 in Virginia when they make the Virginia colony. They already know they are outnumbered, not by Indians, by what you looking at me, my people. We lived in Boston. We lived in New Jersey. We lived in Philly. So first is meritorious manumission. And then their indentured servants, they call them freedmen. The freedmen then started, whenever there was a slave revolt or whenever there's a runaway, they would go and tell, and that they would get their freedom. They would become European. So this is black people who now got free and who then invested in plantations, and black people in the United States of America, freedmen, enslaved other black people. They won't tell you that at your HSBCU, huh? Huh? They won't tell you how W.E.B. Du Bois and all of them sellouts. Yeah, that's how I just filmed it. Yeah. It said on the sign, say a tribute to it, don't it? That's where it came from. Okay, all right. So I was like, oh, look, yeah, me too. That's why I bust out the camera. I'm like, yo, it's crazy. Yeah. I'm documenting. So, just break it down for y'all, though. You know what I'm saying? For real. This is really for my people in the hood. Okay? Let me tell you. I'm the son of Frank E. Leggett from Trenton, New Jersey. My dad, PhD student at Princeton University in the 80s. I'm not impressed. They can't impress me with their Ivy League, nothing. Frank E. Leggett, biblical languages, Greek, Hebrew, Aramaic, French, German, straight from the hood of Trenton, New Jersey. Straight from the hood of Trenton, New Jersey. So they can't tell us nothing about being superior. They can't tell us nothing about, listen, magna cum laude. For all of y'all from the hood, listen, all I'm trying to tell y'all is you don't need no education. Okay? What you need to do is figure out how to take back the generational wealth. A good man leaveth wealth to his children's children. And what I'm gonna do here on the campus of Harvard Law, I'm gonna give y'all the father's business law that's above the kangaroo courts. I'm gonna go line by line, law by law, precept by precept, and I'm gonna let you know how they're U.S. fake, based off of the word of God. They claim that the U.S. is a Christian nation. That's their claim, right? So that means the U.S. follows the laws of God, right? Huh? They say the U.S. was founding fathers. So we in Boston, the Boston Tea Party. So I'm gonna show you. So the moment that you expose that the founding fathers laws, that their faith, their religion, their Bible belt, their everything was based off of something other than God, they got to go. It's an eviction notice. They got to go. And they got to pay reparations for 400 years of being an imposter. Once you understand that they claim that it was a Christian nation. So all you got to do is go to the foundation and expose the foundation. Huh? And I'm going to show you God's law. that is above every man-made, every European fake kangaroo court law. That's why he said a specific group of individuals that are not Europeans would judge this final generation. So you already violating God's law by acknowledging the authority of individuals who he said you're supposed to judge. You're already in violation of God's law. Everybody who is a descendant of the two individuals, the Queen of Sheba, will judge this generation. Every woman who is a person of color, from the original mother Eve, a Nubian Cushite, in the United States of America, the miscegenation laws said 1 drop. If you got 1 drop of the people that they categorized as untouchable slaves, then you're a slave. So they already acknowledged that there is no European blood in the United States of America. That's on record. It's called the 1 drop rule. You know why they had to put it on record? Because the Most High God put it on record in Daniel chapter 2. The first law I'm gonna give you is the 1 drop rule from the Most High God. The iron. That's the Hebrew and Gentile. The iron will not mix with the clay. That's Cush. Daniel chapter 2. First law that y'all gotta know. That's above any European law. That's above the United States Supreme Court. That's above your Constitution. Daniel chapter 2. The iron will not mix with the clay. Who is the iron? Cain's son, Tubal-Cain. This is where the idolatry of the Hebrews and the Gentiles comes from. Cain's son, the same Cain that killed Abel. Cain's son had a son named Tubal-Cain. He is the very first person who forged weapons of mass destruction. Sound familiar? Wars in the Middle East. That's the fake Hebrews and the Gentiles. Wars and rumors of wars. Wars and rumors of war. World War I, World War II, Civil War. Sound familiar? French-Indian War. Sound familiar? Tubal-Cain. This is Genesis 4. We're talking about law. God identified from the beginning who the Iron Kingdom is. It's 2 kingdoms that come out of Iron Kingdom. 2 kingdoms that come out of Tubal-Cain, Greece and Rome. He forged brass and iron weapons. The brass kingdom is Black Greeks. Iron weapons of mass destruction, swords and shields is the Bohemian Grove, Celtic, Germanic Romans. The Greeks and the Romans, the iron. The Hebrews, Greeks, Romans. Iron will not mix with the clay. Who is clay? Cush. Daniel chapter 2. That's the first law. That's the first law that they can't do nothing with. That's the first law. That's the first law that no European court. That's the first law that the United States Supreme Court. That's the first law that can't no judge in the land. None of your Harvard law schools, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama can't do nothing with Daniel chapter 2. Because they sell out coon freedmen on the meritorious manumission. Meritorious manumission was just present day Judas taking 30 pieces of silver to sell out the Messiah. That's all meritorious manumission was. So, first law of the day, the iron will not mix with the clay. Daniel chapter 2. Go look it up. Tell me I'm lying. Go look it up. The iron will not mix with the clay. So when they put the 1 drop rule, then go look up miscegenation laws in the United States of America. How dare you? Miscegenation law said 1 drop. It testified to Daniel chapter 2 that even though that they masquerading as superiority, they have to be in line with what God said. So if the iron cannot mix with the clay, and if 1 drop rule makes you, and they interbreeded with so-called slaves, the word of God says every time they breeded with so-called slaves, the people of Cush had dominion and always have dominion. That's what Daniel chapter 2 is saying. You have dominion, be fruitful and multiply. Cush is the people who God gave dominion to. Adam and Eve is from Cush. Genesis chapter 2. Genesis chapter 2. You have dominion, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth and subdue it. Dominion is connected directly with the creation of Eve in Cush. Go look it up. Genesis chapter 2. Genesis chapter 2. And he formed, it says, in the land of Cush. Not in the land of Europe, not in the Middle East, not in Saudi Arabia, in the land of Cush. I am the potter, you are the clay. Where does clay come from? He formed Adam in the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. I am the potter, you are the clay. So, Darwin's theory of evolution, any and every Christian that pumped Darwin's theory of evolution is anti-Christ. Any school or institution that teaches you evolution is anti-Christ. You cannot honor the creator and embrace evolutionary science together. God said, you can't, no man can serve two masters. Once again, we're talking about law. This is the Father's Business Law School. Anybody, he said, I am the potter, you are the clay. That's creation. Any school that has ever taught, and all of your founding fathers pumped Aryan white supremacy, so they all pushed Darwin's theory of evolution. They all signed off on 3/5 of a human being. So all of them are antichrist. Huh? Y'all scared because to think that we've been abusing people of color as untouchable and they really got dominion? Yes, that's what I'm telling my brothers and sisters in the streets. Yes, the golden rule was for y'all. And just like they have had no mercy, the golden rule says show no mercy. Pay back to the whore double for what she has done to you. Yes, that's exactly what Revelation 18 says. I'm talking directly to the streets. I'm talking directly to the streets. I'm talking exclusively to the gutters, the highway and the byway. Exclusively. No mercy. Absolutely. The same amount of mercy they dished out for the 400 years. The same amount of mercy they dished out in the transatlantic slave trade. That's the same amount of mercy you're supposed to give back. None. And then he said, double it up. Yup. That's why they want you to believe, yo, turn the other cheek. That was for the Hebrews, yo. Because the Hebrews was in the same spot that Europeans is in right now. Lived the lie of superiority when they was the flunkies. The Hebrews lived the lie of superiority the whole time. So he came and said, y'all the ones who got to turn the other cheek. Because all this time y'all been living high on the hog and y'all the bottom of the barrel. You turn the other cheek. He said, the Queen of Sheba will judge you. The men of Nineveh will judge you. While you turn your other cheek, I'm handing judgment off to those who deserve judgment, the heirs to the throne. All right. All right. Law school? For real? Y'all paying all that money? Y'all paying all that money to join kangaroo courts? Okay. We'll see you at Judgment Day.